Right. Going live.
All right. Trying to talk to two cameras here at the same time. Okay, guys. So, once again, streaming to two places at once. Streaming to my Tai Chi network and streaming to Justice for Hire, because what we're doing makes sense for both communities. What we're doing is Kung Fu drills. We're doing Kung Fu drills. I should probably have a different shirt on, maybe. I don't know. It's fine for right now. So we're doing Kung Fu drills that are connected to Tai Chi and stunt work. So Autumn and I are going to be doing the drills here, and it's going to be great. So let's go for it. Let's start out with Uplifting Heaven. Can you stand a little more on camera so they can see you? Because it's hard to see me with my let's actually switch. Why don't you stand here from the Justice for Hire camera? There we go. That's a light. And angle your heart to the camera a little bit. You guys know AK Wonder, Justice for Hire in character, AK Wonder over here. For folks on Tai Chi, this is Autumn. Alright. So we're just doing Uplifting Heaven, stretching out of the toes, out of the hips, onto the out of the shoulders, exhaling down, keeping the mouth closed, tongue on the ceiling of the mouth. Same concept always in Tai Chi and in Kung Fu. You want to be able to use the breath, visualize the breath in your belly, push it out to the limbs as you're striking, moving, etc. And that's every movement really should have that color visualization and make you more sensitive. So Autumn and I are going to go. Why don't we do 12 rather than 12 rounds? Let's do 12 exercises. We're going to do 12 exercises, and these 12 exercises we're going to make sure they're all drills that help us with our Kung Fu, with our Tai Chi, with our fight choreography. And the first drill we're going to do is forearm, clashing forearms. And if you just do this drill and hit each other's forearms, you're going to condition the bone, but that's really not what you want. You don't want to just bang into the bones. You want to inhale into the belly, gather the color, and exhale, push the breath as a color to the area that's going to take impact to protect it. You want to fill. You remember when you visualize, anywhere you visualize, you're essentially giving more circulation to that area of the body. Circulation intensifies to all these, any particular place that you focus on in the body. So you want to use the breath, the visualization as a vehicle for your attention, and push that, protect the body. We're going to do this over and over again. In Tai Chi, they might call it filling with Qi. Shaolin Kung Fu, they would do the same. You fill the area with Qi to protect it, and then you do the clash. It does have an effect on the body. There's a bunch of science behind this. So we're going to focus on this right now, and we're going to go for it. We're going to do this clashing arm drill exercise, and we're going to go for 100. So we're going to do 12 exercises, and each exercise we're going to do 100 times. So we're going to do a bunch of variations here. And let's make sure that we have, yeah, it's pretty good. Okay, ready? Take a half step back. Really? Where? Huh. That was probably from today, from this morning. No, I did not for me dropping. There's a chocolate stain on the couch. Might have been me. It's not my intention. Okay. Yeah. It's going just fine. Okay. Take a half step back. Half step to the right. Take a step back to the right, to your left. All right. Cool. Great. Ready? And another step. And just look at yourself.
I don't want to get off the road.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, you say that. Then shorten your stance. Just for camera. Thanks. Okay, great. Ready? And 1. Yeah, let's go 1. 1. Let's go bottom, top, bottom. Great. Switch. Bottom, top, bottom. That's 1. Bottom, top, bottom. Bottom, top, bottom. Top, bottom. But really take the time to breathe into it. Taking the time to breathe into it. Creating structure and also guarding the other side. And these aren't just little taps, so make sure that when you're creating a structure, that first structure, make sure that you're inhaling through the fingertips, here, through the tricep, into the arm, pointing down, reaching, creating this L shape of the arm, and letting that top of the forearm clash. So here, you're using a straight arm, which is not going to give you the type of, great, right here. So this is going to give you like a chicken wing kind of leverage if you're grappling, or if you're striking. You can roll someone off, roll the pressure of their body off. So you want to be able to make contact here. This is very helpful for push hands. 1, 2, 3. Boom. So you don't want to set yourself up for an arm lock. Arm lock, boom. So she's setting herself up for me to give her some unnecessary pressure. So we want to shorten that. We want to make that harder for me to do. And we want to use the elbow. That's not to say that someone can't turn the arm and just do this either. So part of that is making sure that the shoulder comes forward, the shoulder blade comes forward when you're doing the impact moment. That's going to help you create more of an internal structure in your torso, so that you're not just coming out here, but you're boom, coming out here. Bang. Pause, inhale, inflate, soften the shoulder here, push it forward, reach with the fingers, shift the weight onto this leg a little bit more, 70%, drop the hip out, and inflate. Oh, there we go. Great. So, bang, good stuff. Forward, let's go. 1. Good. Good stuff. So change. You feel completely more formidable now.
So I noticed that when you do the full extension, your arm's straighter.
Show me.
Like, no, like, go back. Like, what you were positioning on me seemed more of like this shape. So
You mean like this?
like this.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm noticing yours seems to be a little bit more open.
Oh, I'm adjusting for you. I want you to feel your structure and how important, bang, this is. Now you can open it up. The L shape is fine to open up, but if you're not used to doing, if you're doing this, if you're reaching the arm out straight, the way to make the adjustment is to bring it right back to, or bring it to a 90 degree. The reason you're bringing it to a 90 degree is so that you can start to get into the discipline of just creating this structure. Not to say that it's wrong, this structure, it's great, but if we're both doing the 90 degree, we're obviously not, it's much harder for us to clash. So I'm like, okay, cool, how do I make an adjustment myself so that we can actually get the clash going? So that could be here, me straightening a little bit more, adjusting out, boom, coming. Yeah, take a half step back. Actually, let me see if I can just adjust this. There we go.
How
Okay,
many
cool.
ranges?
15. So go this way. So that, go. Okay, go. stuff. Alright, so now, rub it out for a second. Almost at our 100.
But we're at 100.
Technically we are.
Yeah.
Okay. So we got 100, slapping on the arms, wherever you made the impact, give it a little massage. If you have Dita Jiao, which is like an ointment that you put on after impact, you're going to want to use that after this. It's a Kung Fu tradition. A lot of masters make their own. And now we're going to go from high, low, high.
It's the same thing again?
We're doing drills for 100. We switch the legs and we'll go back to that. How's that sound?
Okay.
Okay. So we're gonna, let's condition the leg. Actually, you know what? Let's see, Kung Fu. Let's take a roundhouse kick on the back. So kick here. Good. And then I'll kick you. Gotta warm up the leg. Great. And we're actually turning the back to condition the upper back. So we're gonna take a little impact
This
on the
way?
upper back. Yep.
Okay.
So we'll do 50 on each leg. Kick. 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5. Turn your heart to that way, so I can have a little more target. Good. 5. Good. Kick up here. Good. Excellent. Yep. Condition in the back. Light. That was light, right?
It doesn't feel good.
Okay. Well, exhale and push the color down into the ground. So when you take this impact, you want to push down into the ground, because otherwise it'll get tense up here. Okay, ready? 7, 8, 8. Sorry. 4. Sorry. Okay?
Yeah, you're getting underneath my shoulder blade every time.
Yeah, you were getting it too. That's why I'm lifting up. 6, 6, 7, 8, 8, 3, 4, 5, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 3, 4, 5, Switch sides. My buddy Rami, who plays Dread in Justice for Hire, who oftentimes is on the Tai Chi channel. We used to do this with Shaolin monk Chi Pong on a regular basis. So, in Chinatown, New York. Let's do this. Other side, kick. 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Sorry, 12. 13. 13. Good. 14. 15. 16. 17. 18. 19. Soften up. 9. More full make full surface area to connection, even though it's softer. 20. Good. 20. Good. 21. Good stuff. 1. 2. 3. Good stuff. 3. 4. 25. Good stuff. Real nice control. 5. 6. 7. 8. 28. 29. 30. 31. 32. I really start feeling the flow through the body. 33. Go ahead. 33. 34. 5. 6. 7. 38. 39. 40. 2.
Sorry, I thought.
That's your toe, right?
Yeah.
2. 43. 44. 5. Cover up here with that hand.
With which hand?
That back hand.
This
Cover
one?
your fore. That hand's gonna go swing back because this leg's going forward.
Yeah.
Yeah. Keep the elbow down. Cover your up here.
Okay. Like that?
Yeah. Watch me. Kick again. Good. And then see, pressure comes falling off this way, and my head is protected.
Like this or like this?
Cover your forehead. Swing, because the body's swinging this way.
Like that? What? Shouldn't it be like this?
Kick with this leg. Protect your head right here. Boom. Yep. keep your don't cover your eye, tuck your chin. There you go. Great. Awesome.
Like this?
Yeah, don't cover your eyes. Good. So tuck your chin, cover your forehead, your temple.
Let me just.
So if I'm kicking this one, anytime you're kicking the other hand, one hand swinging down, oftentimes.
Can you just do it again so I can
Sure.
see?
Just listen for a second. One hand swinging down, the other hand's protecting upward. So the guard hand, boom, it's going to cover the head. So, and a windshield wiper across.
But I was kicking with this leg.
So whatever leg you're kicking with, the opposite hand is going to be up, connecting windshield wiping across your face. So kicking here, boom, right there. Boom. Other side, boom.
Okay. It's your turn.
Okay.
10 more, I think.
45, stay. Good, 50, I'll put the heaven. First up, high, low, high. Actually, let's just hold, stretch real quick. Held it. And drop down. And then opposite hand and foot.
What is that?
That just says you're using too much memory.
Like on my iPad?
Yeah, it's saying close up some of your other apps. For the cache, I've never seen that on my iPad. Or and switch your, make sure the thumb is facing out. Doing it again. Do not remind me today. So to open your shoulder, make sure that thumb, instead of holding in front of the foot, hold behind the foot. So instead of holding like this, hold like that. Then open your shoulder. Exactly. Sucking the belly button, lift the collarbone, and then inhale up, lift the knee and the toes going out. Knee goes out, toes go up. Thumb goes up. Fine, there's a 2. 10 more. Let's go. We're gonna go high, low, high. Then right here. Bring your body this way. Great. And
How's it different from last time again?
we did low, high, low, and now we're doing high, low, high.
Okay.
So high, chop, low, high, boom. Good. High, boom, low, high. High, low, high. 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 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 15, 16, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 2, 3, 4, 5. Switch legs. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 9. And start to drop your stance when you drop the arm down. 30.
But, we were on 30.
We just did 29, now we're doing 30. 30, 30, low, high, low, high, low. 2, 3, 70% of your weight forward. 4, 5.
Can you go lighter?
Sure. 6, 7, 8, 9, 40, 1, 2, 3,
You're still going lower?
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 50. Beautiful. You have it. Alright, next drill. That was 3 out of 12. We're going to do 9 more. So, now, let's do some knees. You know what, actually? Some Kung Fu, let's do some Kung Fu caging. We're going to step, and we're going to work the inner thigh. You're going to step out at the same time I step out, and we're going to crash inner thigh, stand up, crash inner thigh. So we're working on caging, which is like edging an opponent out. It's also a very Kung Fu movie move. Looks great for choreography. But we're gonna step, and you're gonna step. Yep. And it's as if we're kicking each other, but we don't want to clash knees. We want to avoid the knees. We're gonna step in. Good. Come up. Step in. Great. So step in. Bang. Step in. Bang.
And are you doing anything specific in your arms that's
So,
helping?
Just to for people understand what we're doing here. So let's play push hands for a second. So we're playing push hands, and she's gonna try to push me out of the ring, and I'm gonna do the same. And look how I'm stepping. I'm pushing her thighs with my thighs. I'm cutting her thighs, she's cutting my thighs. So this is called caging in Tai Chi push hands. It's used in Kung Fu a lot. A lot of times if you watch Kung Fu movies, you'll see them do it on a 4 count or a 3 count. Well, they'll like that kind of thing, and they're moving moving into the choreography on a beat. That's to help you understand what's actually happening. But in grappling and in Tai Chi push hands in particular, caging is used a lot to edge somebody out of a ring, to cut off their move, cut off their balance. So you can use the caging here, step in to disrupt their stance, then crank them to the ground, etc. She just used it to block my throw, so she used the cage to check me. So many different applications, but right now we're just training the move, and we're training it on a rhythm drill just to get into the precise targeting of using the inner thigh as like a blade, not the knee, the inner thigh. The knee leads it, and the stance, stepping into it, cut with the inner thigh. So let's go for it now. So we'll do 100. Okay.
And can you your hands? Are you doing something particular?
With my hands right now, I'm really just agreeing with the movement. I am energizing. So for those in the Tai Chi community, I'm energizing, meaning I'm inhaling through my fingertips to agree with the movement. I want to remain martial, meaning that I want to keep my hands up as if I'm guarding. So I have some agreement, but I'm also, the reason I'm energizing is because I want my fingers to be sensitive to when I apply this move in grappling or in push hands. So I want to be sensitive to my partner so that I can respond, use the leg, the cage, to set up where my hands are going, whether I'm pushing someone, pulling somebody, or doing some other technique. So you want the fingers to be very soft and very sensitive, but also very aware to guard, because it could turn into a striking moment at any moment. So striking situation at any moment. So let's go for it. Snap and up, coming up, switching legs. Oh. Oh. This is a great drill too. And when you're doing the drill, you want to make sure that you find that balance of pressurizing into your partner's stance. So you should almost feel like a bounce off the stance. You should sink into it and then be able to use that pressure to step right out of it as well. And that'll help you when you're doing this in live play to use the resistance of your opponent to get you to help you to bounce your to ricochet off, very similar to Kenpo, the Kenpo ricochet concept. Now you also don't want to pick up the speed so much that you're losing sight of relaxing and cascading into the stance. Boom. And you also want to be cautious about how much weight you're putting on the front leg. You don't want to put so much that you can damage your knee if you were to misstep. So you don't want to, you have to just find your own balance in this kind of movement.
Ow.
Sorry. You okay?
Yeah.
That was a thumb going into her eye. Is that what just happened?
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Around 25.
And as a note, hand should be up. And the head is moving as well. Notice that my head is, every time I do this, notice that my head is, excuse me, on the outside. I'm aiming my head to the outside of her body. It's because I don't want a hand hitting me in the face. I don't want an elbow touching me. I don't want a shoulder hitting my chin. So I turn my head and my nose as if I'm on a surfboard, just like you're slipping a punch in boxing. And I step out and I'm here. So my body is on the angle here. So my back is still straight. It's just pelvis rotating on the femur, spine tilted, almost like on a 45. Let's go.
Is this too far? Like,
You are
that
turning.
way? I was just testing it out.
You can't. So that's actually really interesting what she's doing. It's really important for you to be able to play with this stuff, to be able to bring your own flair to it, and of course be able to test it in live play. If it doesn't work in live play, it's not repeatable, it's not competition worthy, so you got to test it in live play. So she's turning her thigh in a lot more, using the top of her thigh as a blade rather than the inside, which is totally appropriate. You just want to make sure that in general you should be able to use the inside and outside of your thighs as blades, the inside and the outside. So totally correct to do that. You just want to know when you're doing it, why you're doing it. And it's going to be based on the situation of the opponent's alignment to the ground.
What it reminds me of is the kick where you stick on.
Yeah, so it's like so this is another great observation from Autumn, is that especially for diagonal flying in Tai Chi, you'll see like this many times, and you're seeing like capoeira, sambo, like all these different judo. They all have their own versions of a diagonal flying move, and you see people step behind and they pick up, and there's a lot of different ways to do it. The way I set up diagonal flying is different, and I caught Tuisho Chen, 16-time world champ. I always tell the story, but I caught him with this move because this is like one of my signature moves, and I throw this thigh as if it's a round kick. So I throw it like a round kick, but I step into a horse stance. So you set that up by, if you're grappling, you're playing, and I press this backhand, making sure that I know it's going to come back up. So I push it, she pushes back, I push it, she pushes back. The second time or third time I feel that push back, I slide in and I slice the thigh like this. And I use that top part, inside to top, wherever I need to hit. I'll hit here and then I'll come up. So I'll slice the thigh and then reach up over the arms. And it's really cool. It gives a great spin to the opponent. They go up and down, head goes down, feet go up. So it's really, really nice. So you are very much correct that here you can use all of this stuff to work with your caging. So let's make sure that and we don't switch sides. We have I think another 20 left. So let's go.
I had 30 at least.
You had 30?
Yeah.
At least? Okay. 30 left. Let's go. And notice that my other hand, you see it's almost like I'm throwing a kick, so it's dropping down, but it's also it's very ready for grappling. So I can pummel in from this other hand, my hand that's dropping. It's getting ready to pummel around to go for a 50-50 clinch. So always working the 50-50 clinch, always working the position, if you're doing push hands, for the scapula, so you can aim your pushes to edge the opponent out. And you can do this on your own too. This is a great drill to do on your own. And as I was saying earlier, if you're doing the breath work and visualization, the color visualization, exhaling into the point of contact. So I've been saying this all day. I was streaming yoga earlier, and the arrow concept from Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, dropping your weight onto a single point like an arrow. The breath work visualization of pushing the visualization to a single point. All these concepts overlap. They are different concepts that are complementary, and you want to use them like separate complementary vectors. And so when you're doing this on your own, exhale into that part of the thigh, exhale, inhale up, exhale down, inhale up, exhale down, inhale up, exhale down, inhale up, and you're exhaling into the thigh, visualizing a blade, visualizing a very precise point that you're chopping through on your opponent's body. All right, so something heavy. Man. Let's do back fist. Parrying back fist. So that was what, 4 out of 12? Cool. Back of the hand, back of the hand. Half step this way, please. Thank you. Bless me. Thank you. Ready? So this exercise, you cover your strike. Cover, strike, cover, strike, cover, strike. Super important, super important. And wrist to wrist. I'm going to take her wrist, I'm going to knock it down. I'm going to throw a back fist. She's going to knock my back fist down and throw a back fist to my nose. You're aiming for the nose. Obviously, we don't want to hit each other. Aiming for the nose, I'm going to knock it down. And start slow, wrist to wrist first. And then one of you is going to knock the hand down. And then this is great for all this stuff. Great martial training should be able to work with choreography. It should be able to work in any martial setting. Grappling, striking, all these concepts chain together. So, good training is good training.
Hey Jim.
Yeah.
I remember originally you taught the drill. It just was supposed to come up straight like this.
So the question is, where does the strike emanate from? And it's going to emanate from your center line, and you should touch your nose line, meaning that if there's a straight line, excuse me, there's some dust in my nose. If you have a straight imaginary line coming out of your nose, when you throw the strike, it's going to come out from about the heart area to the throat, coming out. And if there's a circle, it'll hit the apex of the circle at your nose. So that's the concept.
I
Boom.
thought, I guess I understood it as the elbow is supposed to come in front in the center line.
The elbow is here. So my elbow is on my center line right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's just not high. So I'm here, boom. You want to make
Isn't
this...
the center line here?
So center line is the awareness.
But the elbow is technically not there then.
So check this out. That's great. So how can my center line, which might be tap step this way, how can my center line, which is going this way, be over here? Or how can my center line be over here or over here? So my center line, when you first talk, it's just like the lower dantian. When you start talking about the lower dantian breathing, a lot of times the focus is on belly breathing. So you're breathing with the belly, but the belly's here. It's not here. The obliques, and it's not here in the lower back. But the lower dantian breathing, the complete version of it, is belly, obliques, lower back, all operating at the same time. So it's as if a bell is expanding and contracting. So you have everything expanding. So the same concept is with center line. My center line is here, but my center line awareness is like a pillar going through my body. So when I throw a strike to my 45 or my 90, it's still coming from center line, like that. So I have the awareness, the center line awareness coming out, and I feel very centered. So in other words, I'm not throwing my sense of center off. I'm allowing it to emanate from center to come out. And so in that sense, because if what you were saying conceptually was true, that the strike has to come from center line, then what happens the second you whip the waist? If you whip the waist and the torso moves, then the heart immediately goes off center. So the only thing that's center is my nose. So when you think about center line, there's the foundational way of thinking about it, of saying a straight line, nose, heart, lower dantian, all in alignment. But then the deeper experience is that the entire body's twisting around the center line, as if the center line is a pillar. So my elbow, my heart's 45, my nose is straight and center, and my elbow, my nose, all this is coming back to my center awareness. So for here, how that practically applies here is that, boom, it's coming from my center line, and even though my chest is opening, it's still generating the power from the center.
Okay, so the elbow does not need to be in the center.
The elbow's coming from, the strike is emanating. Allow the strike, the elbow to align with the strike, and the strike is emanating from the center, and the body's moving.
Been doing the drill the entire time.
It's okay. It's just evolving. How do you do
Like
it?
for years.
Half step. Great. Ready?
Oh, the reason I'm stepping that way is because we're not squared.
Ready? Ready?
Yeah.
Drop the elbow.
Which elbow?
Striking elbow. Aim more from my nose. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 30, 31, 32, 34, 5, 6, 8, 9, 40, 41, 42, 43, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 50. Good stuff. So that's exercise. So we'll consider that an entire drill, uplifting heaven.
Why don't we finish it?
And then we're going to do the other side, it's the next drill.
No, let's just do it now.
Okay, cool. Ready? Wrist to wrist. Okay. Let me slap your arm down. Ow. So just in general, when you do these drills, if you're allowing someone to slap my arm down. that disrupts the drill, right? And it also makes it feel like it makes me feel like I'm not ready. So stay ready. So even if I knock your hand down, stay ready and slightly filled. And think about the concept of fill. So when you're empty, completely empty out, but if you're slightly filled, you have some energized component of the arm. So it's as if it's slightly inflated. So just be ready to move in any direction, but to keep contact. So here, I'm knocking you down, and yeah, great. And now I'm striking, boom, and then you intentionally break contact, and then throw your strike. Great. And then you intentionally break. So the only time you break is to intentionally do something. Otherwise, you're staying very aware of the opponent. And it's important to tie these things together with that type of storytelling for yourself. Because if you don't understand why one thing connects to the other, it just seems like, oh, okay, this is for the drill. But it's really about your ability to stay connected to an opponent. And for my nose more. And notice that my elbow is a little bit out. So that means that I'm actually losing control of my ability to soften my shoulder. So I have to drop my elbow more and get more of the whipping sensation. Drop my shoulder more to relax it. So I always have to check myself.
Can you slow down a little?
Nice. 8, 7, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good stuff. Hope I have it. Is that 5?
Yeah.
Okay, 7 more drills. 7 more drills. Okay. Let's work on 7 more drills.
I might get a little sweaty.
A little sweaty. Okay, well let's do we'll do wingman's butterfly in a second. Let's do leg conditioning. Kicks, okay?
Where to?
We're gonna do 100 kicks. Low leg roundhouse kicks. We're gonna condition the legs. Here, all inside, okay?
Okay.
We do 50 each leg. 50 each 50 left, 50 right. Ready?
And other person blocks using the proper technique?
We're not blocking, we're conditioning. So we're gonna turn the leg in, we're gonna open the leg up.
Oh, that's what I mean by it.
Yeah.
That's the best way to block in that.
No, that's not a block, it's a conditioning. It is a way for you
To take the kick.
to take the kick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's not technically a check. Okay, ready?
You go first.
Sure. So turn in, or out. 1, 2. Actually, you know what? Let's just do left leg, lead leg first.
Okay.
Okay, so 1, 2, 2, 3. Ooh, nice. 6, 7, 7, 8. Nice. 8. 9. Ah, 9. 10. 10. 11. 11. 12. 12. 13. 13.
Is that technically a kick or no? Like in what circumstance?
You're hammering the heel onto.
Oh.
So Rami's really good at that.
20.
Okay, go for it. 20. 21. 22. 2. 3. 3. 4. 4. 5. 5. 6. 6. 7. 7. Okay. 8. 9. 30. 4. 4. 2. 3.
Sorry.
Yeah. Try to take a little more. You're trying to react first. Take a little bit slower, so that we can just go back because we're not playing the reaction game right now. We're playing just technique for technique.
Okay. It's your turn.
So what I meant by that is that there are times when you'll switch the game. Right now we're going 1 for 1, but she'll go 1 and then I'm responding. So one of you will play the role of responder, and the other one is the person taking the first action. So if we play response, I'll go to her and she responds as fast as she can. And then I'll go again and she responds. And so then I have to react to that response. And that's a different game. Right now we're just going technique for technique, especially since we're introducing 2 techniques we've never done before. So we don't need to play that game yet. We need to get used to
What's the
blocking and
second
kicking.
technique? Oh, we're done now? Okay.
And we're being creative right now. Kung Fu wise, we're having fun. And we're doing some Muay Thai conditioning, but we're also bringing in some more traditional Kung Fu kicks. That was 25. Switch legs.
I thought it was 50 on each.
25 is 50.
Oh.
Oh, no, you're right. 25 is 25. You're right. Keep going.
Yeah.
6. 6. 7. 7. 8. 8. 29. 29. 30. 30. 31.
If I had penis, that would be
Yeah.
okay.
32. 32. 33. 3. Nice. 4. 4. 5. 5. 6. No. 6.
I thought you were going to do the
7.
knee thing again.
7.
Sorry.
8. 8. 9. 9. 40. 40. 41. 41. Oh, good stuff. 42. 2. 3. 3. 4. 4. 5. 5. 6. 6. 7. 7. 9. Way good stuff. 8. 9. 9. 50. 50. Okay, switch legs. So yeah, make sure you put weight on that leg. That's, you don't want to take that kick like that.
Okay.
2. Wait. 2. 3. Right leg.
Okay.
Yeah. 3. 4. 4. 5. 5. 6. 7, 8, 9, 10. Ah, 10. Oh, I'm sorry. 12. 13. 15.
It's hard to get that leg
Yep.
at the right.
14. 15. 16. Ah. 16. 16. 17. 17. Lighten it up.
Okay.
18. 18. 19. 20. 21.
Didn't feel good.
21. 22. 23. 3. 4. Nice. 5.
Sorry, I was like,
6. 7.
how'd you do that?
Oh, I just bent my leg behind.
Okay.
So, okay. There you go. 7, 8, 9. Nice. 30. 31. 2. 2. 3. Some folks will click that around. Boom.
That's cool.
Very cool. 4. 4. 5. Are we in 30 or 20?
Thought we were on 40.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. 40, 41. 42. 42. 43. 43. 44. 45. 46. 6. 7. 7. 8. 9. 50. So, we have it. 6 more drills.
So that was 6 hard drills. You want to sweat, you said?
Yeah.
I like to sweat too.
Huh, sweat.
Like I'm, I have a glaze, but I'd like to,
Alright, we can,
at least for like 2 drills,
I think we could do one of two things. We could, let's check the time. I think we could either do some push hands.
I'd be interested actually to apply that caging, if we could do like,
Okay,
play a caging specific game.
Sure, so check this out. I'm gonna defend and you attack. And let's do 6 rounds on timers. Do you have timers?
Yeah.
Yeah, use your phone.
Yeah, let me just move this out of the way.
So we're gonna switch our last 6 kung fu drills to applying the drills that we just did. And the drills we did were a low-high, a high-low. We did the back fist, and let's see, we did kicks, and we did caging. So
3 minute or 2 minute?
whatever you'd like.
3 minute.
Okay, 3 minute with what? 1 minute break?
Yeah.
So 6 times 4. Okay. I mean, we could. Why don't we do 30-second break?
Okay, let me see if they have that.
what's going on here, everybody.
Okay, got it.
Alright, we're gonna get this. Hope you guys are doing good over there too. Always feel free to ask questions, you know, that's what we're all about. Now we're gonna apply the caging. Let's go caging first. She's gonna do a round of attacking with the caging. Remember, caging is utilizing the legs to block the other person's legs. The inner thighs as blades, or the outer thighs as blades, the top of the thighs as blades, not the knee. You can use the shin and the knee, actually. That's actually...
So we're using no hands, right? Or should I use hands?
Let's do no hands. Hands behind her back. It's great. You can use shoulders.
Okay, started.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Okay. And you're going to attack and I'll defend. Go. Let's be conscious of the neighbors downstairs too.
I find it hard to like make contact.
Just because you're leading with your head rather than your legs. So.
Well, because I'm scared to get hit in the shoulder, in the face.
So you keep the head back.
Okay.
And lift the shoulder.
Okay.
To protect you.
Okay.
There are times when you're lifting the shoulders the right thing to do.
Okay, ready.
Yep. Nice, nice. I thought I could spin out and I saw a Christmas tree. Let's go. Nice. Nice. Good stuff. Gonna hang.
Someone says, why though?
Great question. Great question. Are they still on? Let's see. Let's answer the question why. So now we're gonna play. That was just a caging drill. Why would we do that? Right? So the cool thing about Tai Chi push hands, let me say this to the cool thing about Tai Chi push hands is that you start to break down very specific skills, talent that you only get from doing specific things, and then you reintegrate those skills into the whole. So, push hands, in and of itself, the name makes you think about people pushing hands, pushing their hands on each other, and wrestling is called hand fighting. So the whole thing is that there's a science to the pushing and pulling. So in Tai Chi push hands, watch the camera over there. In Tai Chi push hands, you start to really focus on specific areas of the body, the waist, etc., softening the arms. So for this drill, which is also a push hands drill, obviously branching more into the traditional grappling, we're keeping our hands behind the back and we're sliding and slicing the thighs in to control space with the legs. And for this drill in particular, counterbalancing, cutting with the legs and bumping with the shoulder. Now we're going to play a game. She's going to do the same thing. She's going to be cutting with the legs, but this time I'm going to be doing it too. And we're going to be using our hands. So I want you to see the difference of when you add one skill set to another skill set. The intention for this one game we're going to play right now is to push someone out of the ring, or right now we're on a rug. She wants to push me off the rug or onto the couch, etc. And I'm going to do the same, okay? And let's go.
And we're using hands?
And we're going to use hands, because I really want them to understand why you isolate to integrate. Just like weightlifting, we work one area and then you bring it together with full body power.
So
Okay.
no more defend offense?
Nope, we're just going to play. Go. And do your best to focus on the caging. So boom, right there. That was the caging, bumping her out. Obviously, if we're doing throws on the ground, you use the bump to transition around to throws. Very nice. That was really great. That was great. So she just used a shoulder blast to move me off the ground. She went with my caging and used it against me. Awesome. And she learned that from my dad. So it's really important for me to So here's the caging and walking her out, right there. So again, slicing, especially if you're like a security guard, if you're a bouncer at a club, this kind of stuff is also very helpful to walk somebody out, connecting your legs to their legs, walking them out of a particular space. So very, very important stuff. Shout out to my buddies who are bouncers. Sometimes when I'm in New York, I wind up bouncing it outside of spaces with my buddies just to spend time with them. So don't let this happen too long. This is detrimental for you. So pummel in, get out of the grip. Good. Anytime you have an arm flailing around and it's not being taken advantage of, the person's probably being nice so they don't know what they're doing.
Okay.
So not in one of the scenarios you want to be in. Nice.
Ow, ow, my arm, my...
You okay?
Ow.
You okay?
Yeah.
What do you feel?
Like that, the injury is like, that's it really...
Okay. You okay? I'll lift the hammer right away. How's it feel?
It feels out of place.
It feels out of place?
Yeah.
Let's see. The arm feels out of place completely?
This feels a lot of tension.
A lot of tension or out of place?
Amazing. Love. Stunning.
Hold on. Can you do this? How's it feel?
It feels like there's a pin through the rotation point, even more than there was before.
Okay. Reach out. How's that feel?
Fine.
How's that feel?
This direction has always felt fine.
Okay. How's that feel?
Tense when it goes behind my body.
Okay, that's normal. Reach forward. I know.
That was not. I don't know if I'm feeling it. I'm not describing it right.
Go up. Hurts? Looks like you're flexing more here.
Once the shoulder passes a particular point,
It's super tense right here, but on both sides actually. Does it feel like it's out of the joint right now? Do you feel like you've dislocated your arm?
No, but I mean,
Okay.
maybe I have this whole time. I don't know. That's when it feels the tension when it goes behind me. So when you have my arm like that, it.
Hmm. Let's swing. Swing for a little bit. So we're swinging the arms back and forth. And on the fifth swing, you bounce the legs up, down. To flick the fingers at the apex of each swing. Flick down, flick up. Flick, 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 flick. And then bounce, bounce. How you feel?
Just don't lock my arm like that again.
Sure.
Thank you.
Okay. You wanna go back?
Yeah.
Okay. You sure?
Yeah, just like anything where
Do-
you're
do
like
this for a second.
anytime where you're like putting it in this position, like please refrain.
Sure.
I believe to turn this way.
Okay. The round is this? Oh, this is the third round, right? Okay, so we have 4 more rounds. Let's take a break and go into kicks. Let's bring some of those kicks in.
This is 30 seconds.
Okay, so we're just gonna play a round of leg kicks. Okay? And we'll go light. Just have fun. Light leg kicks. So that means light, that's light. Kick me. Cool. Very light leg kicks. Good stuff. Ready to play around. 5 seconds. 4, 3.
This is going into a 30-second break. Oh, no, never mind. That felt like a dance move, kinda.
So hands up and spring feet. So let's focus a moment on that while we're playing, while we're doing the live. So hands, fingers higher to your face, protecting your face, and feet feeling more like every time you take a step, there's a little spring. So that the heels don't hit heavy into the ground, not just for the sake of the neighbor, but also for the sake of your knees over time, and also for the lightness of your movement. So balls of the feet, stepping down, spring feet. Down. Good stuff. Awesome. Hands higher, fingers energized to your face. 11's up. Good stuff. Spring, still. Spring, spring. Bounce around. Bring your hips back. Bring your hips back.
Yeah, but I don't need to move.
Hold my leg up. again. So my hip back so that I can angle onto your chest and drive my heels to the ground. So you need to move to drive your foot down. So the intention is to drive your foot down as fast as possible
Okay.
when someone holds it. Do we have it? How does that feel?
It just feels like I need to get checked out.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go. And let's play push hands with the intention of the high low and low highs. Enter and exit. Enter, push. Try to make all your techniques high low high or low high low.
Okay.
Okay, let's go. So you see the shapes?
Okay.
Cool. There's the shape. You okay? Is that your eye?
No.
Okay, good. So remember, we're using the evolution of the technique of the position to move somebody as well.
Okay.
So think about it, you can insert it anywhere. It doesn't matter if it's here, it's here, it's here, it's here. It's infinite positions. You just want to use the same mechanic. That was really great. That was really great. Did you feel what you just did just there?
Use the low
Isn't that-
one?
You used high, you went high, and then you used low, and then I went to push on your high and low, and you rolled my pressure back into me and lifted me up with it.
Mm.
So you did a really great job of creating a pressure circuit.
Thank you.
Were you aware of that?
I was aware that I was doing one and then the other, but I wasn't aware of how they work together.
Okay, yeah, how the high and low were working together?
Yeah.
It was very, very nice. Okay. So again, for those, like the Tai Chi channel, you're seeing what's happening, the Kung Fu action choreography channel, we use this stuff for action choreography to help bring us not only, give us more sensitivity for our scene partners, but also to help us find scrambles in choreography. So scramble, ta-ta-ta-ta-ta, and then back to lock up, stuff like that. There's the caging. There's the caging. Boom, there's the position. There's the position right there. Look at my finger pointing down. Oh, she leaves. Look at that. That's the low, high, low. Right there. Low, high, low. Okay. So,
It's a nice way to create space.
yeah, it's little shapes can create a lot, not a lot of space.
California is a free service from the state that's already helped millions of people like you.
What round is that? 2 more?
It might even be one.
It's definitely not 1. It's either 3 or 2.
Two then.
I recommend that you grab up here and
So
Yeah,
that feels
hang.
like it's pulling off my arm.
so just hang right here. Just hold. You have to be able to hold that position. It's just a very natural position.
Not when this is happening to my arm though. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
So, do you still feel it there?
Yeah, it exacerbates everything I'm feeling. My
Really?
arm, yeah.
Okay. Alright. Alright, last one. What do you want to do?
Arm pushing, yeah.
Okay. Let's go. So check this out. You could have gotten me out there, but I knew you were going to give up. And when you gave up a lot of space. So just calm the mind when you feel like you got it, And even if you have to soften for a moment, keep the soften into the extension rather than releasing everything and going back.
Okay.
Because that's actually really dangerous for you. So
What's dangerous for me? Can you clarify?
it's dangerous for you to be close to getting something and then giving up so much space. Because you're giving up so much space, it allows the person to who's in a fear mindset, likely because you have them right on the edge, to come back at you with more ferocity.
Okay.
So when you feel like you have it, really make sure that you soften your mind into it, soften your stance into it, and just feel confident. Even if you need to take a second or two, a few moments to gather strength to finish it, just do your best to finish it.
Okay. I got myself up.
Nice. Good stuff. Other thing happen? Can you do this? Hold and look up and just feel the extension.
Let me try.
So push your hips forward. Walk your feet forward and drop your upper back.
Forward.
Feet forward. How's that feel?
That feels like
Hips
that
forward.
feels okay.
Okay, just a little bit. Cool. Now gradually drop your hips, slowly. Exhale.
At this angle, just maintaining
Ye-
this angle.
Yep, maintaining and just feeling how you can get the range of motion up. How's that feel?
Definitely better than straight down.
Cool. So I want you to do that multiple times a day, because what we want to do is ideally retrain this going back into the place that you have it, and then and
This
cycle
is
it.
way better.
So everybody, we're going to stretch a little bit, and let me bring this over here. Good stuff.
So what about that position is relieving pressure from the other position? Like
In terms of
obviously.
why is it hard for you to do one and not the other?
Like the weight distribution on the other one was causing a particular challenge, but like what is shifted about that one that's different?
I think that the from my understanding of biomechanics, it's if it hurts for me to get into a position one way, that doesn't mean that there aren't other ways for me to get into the position. So I'm always thinking about how I can make a shift in my mechanic to achieve a certain range of motion. And even now, I have pressure on my lower back. I have all these other things going on from a car accident. So I'm like, okay, well, how do I relieve that? If something hurts in from one angle, how could I work that area from another angle to bring blood flow to it, to bring more circulation? Because sometimes, too much rest in an area is actually not the answer to healing it. So that's a very Shaolin Kung Fu concept. It's like, okay, I need to find other ways of working that area because I may have an injury or something like that. So that's my principle behind it. I don't know the exact scientific reason why why it feels better to do one way than the other way for you right now, but I do think that you should spend some time experimenting with these motions to see if you can heal yourself, heal that area. You know, even like Joseph's yoga stretch, I think would be really valuable for you to do. So, everyone who's watching, just a reminder that after you train, after you finish whatever you believe to be your core workout, if you don't stretch, you haven't finished your training. So I really believe that any martial arts school that doesn't teach you that, any athletic system that doesn't, any system of physical training that doesn't teach you to stretch afterward, there's a massive hole. So you have to stretch, you just have to do it.
For longevity, for greater strength, range of motion recovery, you just got to do it.
And I've been waking up from the editing. For those that don't already know, we put out a new episode of Justice for Hire. So again, we're streaming on 2 different accounts right now. At Justice for Hire has a new episode for our martial arts show. Again, it's a martial arts show that we have a global cast, so people all around the world creating with us. And we just put out 5 episodes. Our 5th episode just came out yesterday. So check it out. And please share. We really want to grow that account. We have like 70,000 followers on there. It's just like we went viral with one video, and took us a while. Video was from our season 0, so it took us a while to come up with the next season with all the people all around the world. So now we're back. So please check that out. But since we've been editing, it's been taking so much time. It's been amazing. But I haven't felt like my days are it feels early, but it feels late, And I don't feel like I've had many experiences today. I know I've accomplished some stuff, though, but still. I want to say condolences, send lots of love out to Mercer Boffey and his family. Mercer, who, if you're on the Justice for Hire account, Mercer played Ivory, one of the main characters who's foundational to the Justice for Hire universe, the stories. He's also been, actually a lot of the folks who follow me on Tai Chi, on my Tai Chi channel, the first videos that everyone really started watching on my channel were of Josh Waitzkin winning the Tai Chi World Cup in Taiwan in 2004. Mercer shot all that stuff when we were in college. So, just Mercer's dad just passed away. He's a great guy. He was a great guy, and really a lot of love for him. I didn't know, found out today, passed away. So, big shout out to Mercer, and lots of love and light to his father's essence, spirit. Great guy. So right now I am doing a yoga exercise, and I am going to arch my lower back. My feet are shoulder width apart. They're under my sit bones, so they're about 2 fists apart. Arching my lower back. Tuck the belly button in. Lift the collarbone. Fingertips up. The middle back. Tuck the belly button in. Collarbone. Fingertips up. Arching again. Lift the upper back out of the middle. Belly button. Collarbone. Fingertips up. And now arch again. Lift the shoulders out of the upper back. And tuck the belly button. Collarbone. Fingertips. Look up. Interlace fingers under the chin. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. Inhale up. Eyes are lifted. Collarbones lifted. Exhale. Pelvis rotates on the femur. Weight on the heels. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. Inhaling up. Exhaling down.
Fold the arms and hang, shift the weight, the balls of the feet. Inhale deep. Exhale. Inhale deep, open up. Exhale. Again, shift the weight to the heels, sucking the belly button, come up 1 vertebrae at a time.
Good stuff. I'm gonna do one more. Rather than do two of those, I'm gonna do, that's it for that one today. Right now I'm gonna connect my fingers like this. Index finger, thumb. Sucking the belly button. For those who are on the Tai Chi count, the camera's tilted. And what it's called, it's called a Dutch angle or a canted angle in filmmaking. I love angles like this. They're meant to suspense films use them a lot, and I really love that kind of angle. So and anime uses it as well, very well. But yeah, I wonder if you're feeling it right now. It's only because I moved the camera. Sucking the belly button. Collarbone, fingertips up. Belly button pulls to the spine as if a string's pulling through. Collarbone lifts up, fingertips lift up. And then the lower back muscles lifting out of the hip line. And then hold, sucking the belly button again. Lift the collarbone again, fingertips again. And the pace that I'm speaking is the pace that I'm moving. So, middle back lifting out of the lower back, visualize the muscles going up, hold, belly button pulls to the spine, collarbone lifts up, fingertips lifts up. And to move at this pace requires some strength, so I really recommend giving it to yourself. Upper back, shoulder blades lifting out of the middle back, all the muscles in the upper back lifting up, not just the shoulder blades. Sucking the belly button, collarbone, fingertips again, and now the shoulders lifting out of the upper back. Extend, really, especially if you have any tightness in the shoulders, I recommend looking deep into those areas as you're extending up. This is just deepening your experience. Really seeing and feeling where the tension might be and doing your best to soften it out and extend out. Sucking the belly button, collarbone, fingertips, look up, shift the weight forward. Use the abs to control how you're going forward and the buttocks. Sucking the belly button, collarbone, fingertips reaching out. The lower back lifts out of the hip line, chest to the sky, fingers back, and hips go forward. Hold. Now lift the upper back out of the lower back, middle back out of the lower back. The chest reaches to the ceiling, and the fingers reach behind you as the hips go forward. Use the abs control. And then the upper back lifts out of the middle back. The chest reaches to the ceiling. Fingers reach behind you, use the abs to control the buttocks, and then bring everything back to center, sucking the belly button, lift the collarbone, fingertips, reestablish the lift, and maintain the lift as the hands float down, exhaling.
Up the chin, the chest, and collapse the chest, coming down 1 vertebrae at a time. out, Pete. Exhaling one vertebrae at a time. And then sucking the belly button to come up. One vertebrae.
So that was an unexpectedly long training session. Unexpectedly long. I'm actually going to do one more stretch on the ground. Just adjusting this here.
As soon as you said 12 rounds with 100, I was like, okay, this might.
Yeah, I mean, the 12 rounds with the 100, I really think picking up one foot, goes behind you. Yeah, exhale down. You need some room?
Nope, just doing a squatting strap.
Exhaling down, switching sides. Inhaling up, foot goes behind me. As you can see my face over here. Inhale deep. Exhale it. Now I'm just going to inhale up, exhale down, drop it down. One more time each side. Especially after push hands, really want to make sure that you get this kind of work in. Come up. Check your back. So if you train for 15 minutes, you budget 15 minutes in for stretching. Really, in general, you should have at least 15 minutes of stretching, whatever your training session is. Half hour. I mean, obviously, you can go longer. You may need deeper, more dynamic stretches. So I love you guys. If you ever have a thought, question, or idea, always feel free to ask. I'm always happy. Lasheba Base, I'm hoping that I answered your question of why, though, regarding the caging. So, because caging is a very important concept, it's a concept that's not done much in other martial arts. It's incredibly helpful for grappling. So I recommend diving deeper. And I'll have a new Tai Chi video. I formally edited video on my Tai Chi account every Monday. So that means there's still one coming today. And for Justice for Hire folks, if you're on my Tai Chi, check out Justice for Hire on TikTok, or for the Tai Chi folks on my YouTube. Obviously, this is on TikTok right now, but my YouTube following for Tai Chi is pretty dynamic, and there are daily releases there. Literally every day there's a new video. But Mondays are when I put out a formally edited video rather than something that one of my teammates made, or just something that's unedited. So daily content, if you care about Tai Chi, it's really dope. It's on there, and it's a huge library. I have literally thousands of hours of content on there for free that you can just check out. So for folks in Justice for Hire, I'm Jan, aka Hero Zero. For the folks on my Tai Chi, I am Coach Jan. I love you. So we're signing off right now. Have a wonderful evening, and I'll be streaming again tomorrow. Definitely on Tai Chi, maybe even on Justice for Hire. So see you soon.